Welcome to Balanced Body and Beyond. Today, we have a very special practice because we're going to use 2 chairs in our chair yoga class today. So if you are someone who can't access the floor and you want to get into some deeper stretches, using 2 chairs will make the floor higher and you'll be able to stretch like you've never stretched before. Hit the subscribe button, please. Hit the like button. And let's get started. I'm going to begin with just 1 chair for now, and I'll utilize the other chair later. So have a seat with me, and we're going to move our hips to the front of the chair and let our arms just rest alongside our body. We'll begin with rolling the shoulders, unwinding, untangling our thoughts. And give ourselves just a little bit of time to settle in, get focused on our yoga practice, bring in a positive mindset, and be enthusiastic about today's practice. I know I am. Change directions. Roll your shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Resting the shoulders down, you're going to interlock your fingers. You're going to push your palms to the front of the room, stretching the wrists. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. One more. Inhale, lift. With those fingers still interlocked, let's take a side bend, take a little peek under our arm. And center, and switch, and center. Arms come down, pull your elbow back, take your chin to your shoulder, and then the other way. And back to the center. Inhale, come up again. Exhale, look under your arm as you bend to the side. Center and switch. Your feet are pushing firmly down into the floor. You're sitting tall. Inhale, lift. Arms come down, shoulders relax. Look forward, chin to shoulder. Center, chin to shoulder. Awesome. And back to the center. Arms rest down. Roll your wrists. Roll the other way. Hands onto your legs. We're going to round the spine by looking to the belly button. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round the spine. Chin tucks into chest. Inhale, lift. Maybe you lower your fingertips farther past your kneecaps with every repetition, getting a little deeper stretch. Inhale, reset with a tall posture. Arms are going to come alongside the body, joining overhead, palms together. And then we're going to twist. As you twist, you're going to separate your arms. Inhale, lift. Separate your arms. Good. So as you lower your arms and twist, you're going to rotate and exhale. You're going to turn your head, so beginning to loosen the muscles of the neck and flow side to side. Arms stay overhead, and then you're going to bend your elbows 90 degrees and turn your palms towards the front of the room. We'll circle through the shoulders here. Fingertips pointing to the ceiling, elbows bent, fingers spread wide. Change directions. Getting a little heat generated through the body, right? That'll enable us to get some bigger stretches in. And arms come down. In the seated position, we're going to take a light march up and down with the legs, continuing to think about our posture, our rib cage lifted up away from our hips. And now we're going to start marching the feet a little wider. So being cautious not to cause undue stress, pain, discomfort in the body. So you'll have to sort that out because I don't know how you feel right now, but you do. So listen to your body, respect your limitations. Can you take your feet any wider in this march? Very nice. Now let's bring our feet back together. And pause. Let's reach for the back of our leg. Pull your knee into your chest and then push your foot away. Pull and push. So the purpose of the first few minutes here is to generate some warmth in the body, because when we access two chairs, we're going to be doing some deeper stretches. But the deeper stretches will be much more effective if our muscles are warm. Hold here, we'll place our heel on the floor and take a little tip forward, stretching through our hamstring. Lifting your chest, resetting with both feet flat on the floor. We'll take our hands behind the other leg, pull the leg in, flex your foot, drive your heel away, pull in. My foot is flexed as I extend my leg, driving from my foot. So imagine there's something big and heavy in your way and you're pushing it out of the way with your foot. My arm is just acting as a guide. I'm not carrying the weight of my leg in my arms. My hand is just giving a little support. One more, holding out here and then letting the back of your heel rest on the floor. Lift up. Rising up. We're going to turn to the side of our chair, get some stretch through our quadricep and hip flexor. Make sure you feel steady once you rotate in this chair and you're really balancing through this front leg with that leg pushing into the chair and your back knee is bent and draping down. So with the arm, we are just going to take a little wrap around. Maybe you can take your fingertips to your chair here and then pull your elbow back and look behind you. So twisting, opening. You can use your other hand to brace down onto the chair, onto your leg. Once again, I'm turning my head, loosening up the muscles in the neck. Getting some nice rotation, utilizing the mobility of our spine. Pausing, let's take our hand to the back of the leg and then lift your arm, lean back, look to the ceiling, lift your chest up to the ceiling. And release. We'll turn ourselves the other direction. And then from here, lift your arm. So you can get your arm to chest height. And then we turn. My fingertips are gonna touch my back of my chair. And as I move my arm, I'm staying focused onto my fingertips with my gaze. My hips are anchored to the chair. And by doing that, all that rotation comes from the midsection of the body. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you rotate to the front. We're going to open and hold and lay the hand then onto the back of your leg. Lift your other arm, fingertips reaching to the ceiling. Spread your fingers. And down we go. All right, so from now on, we are going to utilize 2 chairs. So we're going to begin by rotating our chairs so that they face one another. I'm so excited for this. Now, you'll have to find how you want to space your chairs apart. So, you're going to fidget and rearrange a little bit, and that's all good. So we're going to take our legs wide and set our hands in front of us on the chair. And you're going to begin to kind of fold over and slowly see what you can do to drop your forehead to the seat of the chair. Now you have some options here. You might push your chair a little farther away, depending what kind of chair you're using. The distance between the chairs will vary. If you have a lot more flexibility, you can push your chair even farther and then drop your head closer between your elbows, and that's going to open up the shoulders quite a bit more. Not everyone's going to have access to that deep of a stretch, so you pull your chair in closer and you don't drop your head as far down. So you find your stretch. Slowly, let's come back into a tall seated position. Now here's the cool thing. We're gonna lean back in one chair and take one leg up on the other. How does that feel? So once again, you're gonna kind of figure out how you need to place your body so you're comfortable with one leg up. Let's switch legs. Now the leg that's down, maybe you pull that off to the side. Maybe your knees are side by side. Certainly feel a deeper stretch when my knees are side to side, but you might be able just to be more comfortable with the leg out to the side. So we're going to keep the leg elevated and lift your opposite arm. We're going to bow forward, reaching for our foot, and then bring your arm up and look off back behind you. Forward fold, arm up and over. Exhale, fold. Have some attention to the placement of the elevated foot. Your foot should be flexed with your toes pointing to the ceiling, and that's going to align your leg much more effectively through the ball and socket joint of the hip. Forward fold and hold. Here you may then extend both arms. You may let your head drop. You may keep your hands closer to your knee and pull your chest to your toes. I like to give lots and lots of options because all our bodies are designed so differently. What works for one person may not work for the other. And maybe I don't even give you the right cue to do what your body needs, but you're going to figure that out. And then let's try that on the other side. So get situated. If you've never done a chair yoga practice like this, there's going to be a bit of a little learning curve to see what works for you. Pick up your arm, take a bow forward, up and over. Exhale. Inhale. But it is very important that you feel secure in the position you're at. You may need a chair that has a wider base. The chairs I'm using today are pretty small. They have small seats. They work for me. Let's fold and hold. Extending both arms. Toes pointing to the ceiling. Pushing the back of the leg into the chair. And rising up. Let's take the legs wide. Sit tall and rock the feet back and forth. We're going to get both those legs on the chair in just a moment, but I'm just going to have you rock back and forth, heel toe here. That was a lot of stretch in the back of your leg. If you're not used to that kind of stretching, your body might be like, whoa, that was really cool, but give me a break for a moment, please. Now let's see if we can get both legs up, one at a time. Now, if you get those legs up and that feels really intense, lean back into your seat. The farther you lean back, the less stretch you're going to experience. So slowly lift, lift. If it's too much, bend your knees a little bit. Just make sure you feel comfortable with both feet up and you've set yourself up for a safe practice. So I'm going to straighten my legs up a little bit more. You could pull the chair in closer so the bottoms of your feet are pushing against the back of the chair, and that will help also in your alignment. And then we'll begin just to fold a little bit. Double leg, hamstring stretch. Then you can kind of come up, take a little pressure off, fold again. And come up. Fold again. And rise. We'll take a little twist. Take both hands to your hip. And then the other side. And look forward. All right, so next up, you're gonna bend your leg, pulling your knee in towards your body. You're then gonna try to give this leg a big hug. Now, if you have enough chair, your foot might rest on the corner of the chair. Not everyone's gonna get here. You may end up just bending your leg and leaning forward like so. You can try taking it across the chair. Once you have that leg, you can twist and look over your shoulder. Reset, stretching the leg out, and we'll try it on the other side. So gently bend the knee. Just try to get yourself steady here. See if you can pick the leg up. Maybe your foot just goes to the other side of the opposite chair. Or perhaps you're able to pull that foot in closer and then give the leg a hug and twist. Hopefully this feels good. That's our goal. Carefully release the leg. And we'll take this leg now all the way down. Now here, I'm gonna draw my chair in closer, and my elevated leg, I am gonna rotate. If you push your foot farther away, you might like that stretch more. Or you bring your chair in closer, that might be the stretch for you, and we're gonna tip forward. So we have a hip opener, one leg hip opener, leaning in. Get yourself comfortable. Your grounded leg might creep closer in. You figure that out. You access the stretch your body is craving. Lift up, and then we'll try that on the other side. So one leg down, and then the other leg up. Sit tall, and then slowly start leaning forward. There are so many fabulous exercises, poses, stretches we can do utilizing 2 chairs. This is just the tip of the iceberg. But these are some of my favorites. So since it is our first double chair yoga practice, I just wanted to give you a positive experience and share some of my favorites. Good. Sitting tall, we'll untangle the legs. Bring your arms overhead, big stretch. And now reach for just the top of the chair. So the very first stretch we did, we had our hands on the seat. That was a really big stretch to start. We're actually kind of reversing it. This should give you a more accessible stretch with your arms up. But what I like about getting the arms up, it gives you more space to drop your chest. Now watch, my chair is getting a little tipsy here. So just be careful of not setting yourself up for that chair to tip backwards or forwards. Good. Lifting up. We're going to try doing this with one arm now. So you'll take your arm, and I'm going to give you a choice. You can go high or you can go low. And then your other arm is just going to rest behind you. So we have some internal rotation of the shoulder of the arm that's resting behind you. And elongating the arm that's extended and opening deeper in the shoulder with a side stretch as we're coming across the chair. All right, let's try it on the other side. Arm behind, arm comes then across. Coming up. Well done. We're going to finish up utilizing just one chair, facing the front. I hope I've gotten you hooked on the idea of using 2 chairs and given you a little bit of an idea of what's possible with 2 chairs. With our hands resting on our knees. A light smile to your face. You can shut your eyes. Draw air in and out of the body. Be proud of your accomplishment. Opening our eyes. Inhale, bringing our arms overhead. Joining our palms together. Bringing our hands to heart center. Feeling restored, refreshed, renewed, and ready for our next chair yoga practice. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.